Meet my mother and father.
If not over, then through. Another quake.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. How many bodyguards does the man need? Get on then. Last door on the right. Lower the gates! Special permission!
Let the man breathe. That watcher said they're lying.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
Greetings, old friend. Orin told me you were on your way here, but I scarcely believed it. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate. Welcome home. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Way to the audience chamber.
You've been seeing the flames, and we're still in. You heard anything about what it's like in the prisons? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
It's a waiting that's hard. If we could just talk to one of the fists, it would be as clear as day that we're not criminals.
Are they going to arrest us?
They say Gortash won't be king, but that pomp upstairs sure sounds like a coronation.
And tell me what you were doing in the house.
I can't really...
No time to talk. I have clients to brief, and they're as sharp as spoons.
Lord Gortash is expecting
Tell them
you.
what happened, and we'll
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Pretend I'm a fist, and tell me...
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off. Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper? This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Wake up, you brainless gimcrack! I'm being attacked!
Have I been this way before?
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the house before the fire
Lord
started.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the...
This is the armory, not a bloody open. This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Can't believe they put that mindless metal Mrag in my armory. Steel watchers. Stupid thing'll probably decapitate me for cleaning the bloody mace rack. Finally, someone who sees sense. Strong folk wielding strong blades. That's what keeps folk safe. Not those glorified golems. I don't have anything fancy, but you're welcome to take a look.
Let's march. Da, da, da.
Stay sharp, stranger. In these times, all we can trust are the blades in our hands.
Sounded like somebody was in trouble. Inside. The house was on fire. We were rescued. Said that.
It won't happen, I
My
swear.
friend means to say is that.
Don't mind if I do. Time to kill. Quick and quiet. Bit of caution never hurt.
just want a little look. Time to press ahead. Time to press ahead.
You're too late. It's over. You don't get it. We lost. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Older Ravengard's husk, empty as a stare. A tadpole's puppet. Nothing more. He spoke in accusations. Apostasy, conspiracy, sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns. I'll give you credit. I'm drowning in tears, and you hold out a fist. Alder would have done the same. When the people need a miracle, he said, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Unlock my cell. Escort me out of Worm's Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades. Hurry.
What do you want? You're the one pestering old men in cages. Now scram with your sourpuss. You're disturbing my sitting time.
Lord Gortash is
Let's
expecting
rehearse
you.
this one more time.
Please make your
Pretend
way
I'm a
to the
fist
audience
and
chamber.
tell me
Calm
what
down,
you're doing
dear.
in the house.
It won't happen, I swear.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
You're not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on your job.
What? Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. Gods, I hope they haven't put up the prices again. That ferry's my last chance out of here. Bakshi's got to have something that'll cover the rest of my fare. How do you know about that? Did those crooks down the dock send you? I told them I'll get the money in time. Not my fault they're charging triple. Take your money, my ass. But I have to get away. There's an army coming, trying to kill us all. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this. I'm not a soldier. I only joined for the uniform and a warm bed. They're better off without me. I'm scared. All I want is to go home.
Lord Gortash is expecting you.
Don't cause any trouble, all right?
Lord Gortash is expecting you.
It must be exhausting.
Please make your
seen the two rooms at the south gate?
Is expected.
Elturel's exiles
Please
cast
make
out by the
your way
mercy.
to the audience chamber.
Precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap.
I brought my own paring knife.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army. Name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Whatever you believe about Stelmane, she's not the only one to suffer the killer's blow. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. Maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse. Sorry, but there's no room for me. Ready and willing.
Time to rest.
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Feeling cheeky, are we? Most unbecoming. Heard about your father. The Absolute's puppet. A damned travesty, if you ask me. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid party, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Go on up. Pay Gortash.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
Have you seen the tieflings at the south gate?
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit right with me.
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining? It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about. You've been reading too many picture books.
Lord Gortash himself is the one pulling their strings. We're all better off for it.
Have to keep going.
Gortash has Ravengard on his side. You hear? Milady says Absolute's army's on the march. There's watchers. We'll hold the line. You best believe.
Cult army on the march, killer on the loose, and Mistress Dorenbold still drags me hither and thither.
Head up, chest out. Lord Portier could descend any moment.
Lord, Archduke, God. I'll call Gortash what he wants. As long as Lord Chatshield pays me for all this waiting around.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to...
Sorry. These dukes are working me to the...
You're free to explore. Within reason.
Chamber.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, friends, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash.
This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
My father's here, Karlak. Cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
He's not slipping through my fingers this time.
Gortash! Do my eyes deceive me? Karlak, as I live and breathe. Come, my dear girl, and be welcome.
I'm not your dear anything.
And with her, my, it's my favorite Baal spawn. I never thought I would see you again either. No offense to my old friend, but it's you I have been dying to see. After all, you abandoned us some time ago. leaving a rather uncomfortable hole in our plans.
Hang on. What? You know each other?
Oh, I'd forgotten. Your memories are quite lost, aren't they? Orin told me she'd made a fool of you. To think you and Karlach traveled together all this time and she hadn't the faintest you were one of my nearest and dearest. Let me clear up some mysteries then. It's about time, I think. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown. Then we enslaved the brain. From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated.
It seems so.
In Baal's name, you set your bloody daggers to cause panic in the streets, killing in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god.
It was all going so well, until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal, and act on their behalf.
But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
Hang on. What the fuck is going on here?
Have you gone soft? I find that hard to believe. One's true nature always rises to the top. When Ketheric fell, I feared the worst. That our plans would fail like so many before because of discord among ourselves. And now you've returned. We can achieve all of our dreams still. You brought Thorm's Netherstone. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorms, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, a bleak prospect. But it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I renew our old partnership. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Hang on. We're at a strategic disadvantage here. Better to take down those machines, then rip Gortash's throat out.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkindly to threats, no matter how hollow.
You're of little use to me, Dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch.
Tut-tut. So much potential gone to waste. Watchers! The Absolute's assassins walk among us!
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
If you had it.
Blood comes easy these days.
Thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
My father's here, Karlak. Cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
He's not slipping through my fingers this time.
Gortash!
Do my eyes deceive me? Karlak, as I live and breathe. Come, my dear girl, and be welcome.
I'm not your dear anything.
And with her, my, it's my favorite Baal spawn. I never thought I would see you again either.
Hang on, what? You know each other?
Oh, I'd forgotten. Your memories are quite lost, aren't they? Orin told me she'd made a fool of you. To think you and Karlak traveled together all this time and she hadn't the faintest you were one of my nearest and dearest. Let me clear up some mysteries then. It's about time, I think. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown. Then we enslaved the brain. From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated. In Baal's name, you set your bloody daggers to cause panic in the streets, killing in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thor. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me. Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god. It was all going so well, until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal, and act on their behalf. But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
Hang on. What the fuck is going on here?
Indeed you are. Look at you. Cold-blooded as ever. When Ketheric fell, I feared the worst. That our plans would fail like so many before because of discord among ourselves. Now you've returned. We can achieve all of our dreams still. You brought Thorm's Netherstone. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, a bleak prospect. But it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I renew our old partnership. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
You're bluffing, right? Because those contraptions can turn us into paste.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkindly to threats, no matter how hollow. You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric felled, Orin proves treacherous. She craves the Netherstones for her own, desperate to impress Baal. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Her assassins hunt you even now. They are very efficient killers. Even someone with your talents should take heed. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. So I turn to the Scion of Baal. You are his dear prince. He created you to rule. Let's make our pact anew. A divine oath, sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
The urge, the deplorably brutal urge sickens within you. When you level the world over, that dead world must be yours alone. But first you will rule. Then you will ruin.
What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
We would not meddle in each other's affairs. This was our agreement. She came to us as Baal's chosen. We are but servants to our lords. Your presence here means your lord sees a purpose for you yet. I tolerated Orin, but I liked you. Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A shapeshifter? It could be anyone. I mean, it's not me, but it could be anyone else.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Orin is elusive, shall we say. The grip of the steel watch may be tight, but sand still slips through its fingers. Some conflicts are best resolved quietly. The people are cattle, obedient until panicked. You carry the stone plucked from Merkel's chosen. Besides, why call you enemy when I could repair an old friendship? It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. The Crown's magic turned the brain into something the world has never seen. A nether brain. Its power is immense. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then we proceed. The Patriarchs await. Distinguished Dukes, Patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the steel watch stands ready. let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Unthinkable. To see my own father named Gortash, the sole ruler of Baldur's Gate. Please, we need to speak with him. Maybe he can see reason.
So, it was you who got us into this mess. All along, we were traveling with the creator of the Absolute. I won't lie. I am a little impressed. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be stuck in Cazador's kennels. So, thank you for being that evil bastard.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? He only managed it by tadpoling Duke Ravengard. Gortash doesn't play fair. If he did, he wouldn't have been able to skip to the top like this. I don't know how anyone in this hall could fall for this charade. Isn't it obvious what a chancer he is? I guess I didn't notice till it was too late either. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate. There we have it. You were working with Gortash. You were a chosen of Baal. I guess you still are. I want to say it doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I should have seen it earlier. All the signs were there. I don't want to talk now. Give me time. A lot of it. Hey, you.
What can I do for you, my friend?
Archduke Gortash. Now there's a man who knows good business.
Dreaming red.
What glory, our city.
Listen, it's got private
What the hell,
rooms,
catch a break?
music, and all-round pleasant folks, from what I...
And if a patron confuses me...
Are they going to arrest us?
Let's rehearse this one more time.
They throw us in jail.
Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
It won't happen, I swear.
Officiousness. We broke down the door because it sounded like
farther can I go?
in trouble.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in...
The city fell under Gortash's charms
Except if
without
you're a
him
criminal,
casting
of
nary a
course.
spell.
It's more than that. The way they look at you.
Well, most people are idiots.
Don't like it.
You can lure them into a dragon's maw if you promise a bag of
I'd
sweets.
focus on my own
The
job.
people aren't stupid, Astarion. They're scared. Gortash provoked a damned war and then promised them safety.
Safety, sweets, it's the same principle.
Hell's not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. Let's make camp when we're able. Until then, may my father keep safe. Whatever coop he's been. Hells. It explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you. Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Baal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you.
Livestock before entering Baldur's Gate.
Gods, this is the first time in 200 years I've seen these streets in the sunlight. You can forget just how much color there is in the world. Yes, of course. Obviously. Sorry, did you want something?
I made it back. I'm here. Thank the gods. Thank the gods.
I brought my own paring knife.
Very well.
The bustle here takes some getting used to. Crackling fire and a tresson for company is usually more my speed. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've need of me, I'm glad to help.
Darling?
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men puff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. We could. It would just be a very short one. We cannot expect either of the Chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say, isn't it?
This is the city proper, is it? I didn't expect it to be so outrageously ordinary. I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes, and altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose.
Murder, oppression, conspiracies. This city has its charms, after all. My mother visited during one of her grand tours of the surface world. She claimed the streets were almost as varied and full of danger as those in Duthcloim. Huh. I never believed her until now.
Baldur's Gate. You know, it's so strange. I don't remember much of it, yet I can't help feel like I know it. It feels like home. I suppose it is. Though the chance to savor the moment might be brief, given all that still lies ahead of us. I may have to rely on your local knowledge to plug the gaps in my own mind. Hopefully, I'll remember more than I expect to.
Thy wheel, dost thou require a new...
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. The Shadow Druids. Their scheming was stopped, thanks to you, yet their malign ideals can find purchase and live on, even after the instigators themselves are vanquished. Francesca has found some initiates still yearn for the false promises the Shadow Druids peddled. She has been working hard to show them the error of their ways. She is well suited to the task. Better than I, perhaps. To cleanse a land of shadows is one thing, but to sway a heart from a dark path is another matter entirely. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid, to be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely and for so long, I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazura's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow,
A moment passes. In
the Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 netherstones and take back our minds, and the city, from the brain.
I figured it out. Exactly what I want to do with you. They'll be fine, I promise. I want to go on a date. A first date. No weapons, no monsters, no mysterious voices. Just you and me and dinner. Please say yes. Yes! Oh, amazing. Put on your least bloody tunic and meet me back here. Oh, I'm so excited! Don't keep me waiting too long. All set? I'm buying, all right? Let it be said, let it be written, let it be done. Give me a beat to run ahead. I want to make sure everything's absolutely perfect. See you there. Hi. Hi. You made it. You look nice. Thank you. Baldurian seafood stew. No, thank you. What do you think you'll have? Just what I had in mind.
Huh?
2 of the Rothe ribs, please. And 2 glasses of... and 2 glasses of wine. So, you're an adventurer, right? How's that going? I know, but this is our first date, remember? Tonight, you're a mystery to me. Exactly. Anything you'd like to know about your enigmatic new paramour? Oh, that's easy. During year 2 of my fabulous adventure in celibacy in Avernus, I once got so... pent up, I burnt down my field tent. Blamed it on an imp and never told a soul the truth. Beat that. Yeah, I'm very sure. I'd ask for a real secret, but I suppose besides the whole Child of Baal thing, you've always been an open book. Oh, hey, here comes our food. Hey, Henk, I think we ordered the...
The bleeder.
worst guy I ever met. Anyway, how about a toast? Oh, shit! May we live every day like it's our last. 'Cause you never know when your last will come. Oh, that was great. The food and the company. Whatever do you mean? We're just 2 normal people living normal lives, very, very normally. I know I can't stay forever here with you. In fact, I feel like I don't have long left at all. We've been through so much, and the worst is yet to come. I have every reason to feel terrified, hopeless, like giving up. But to be here,
with you, in the city I love, in this world that I love so much. It's all I could really ask for. You hear me? You're all I could ever ask for. I love you. And I know that whatever else this city will throw at us, we can handle it. Come on. There's something I want to show you upstairs. I rented us a room for the whole night. Just the two of us. Alone. Finally. Hope you like it.